And the current reigning Caspa Cup champion, only a single game away from getting knocked out. Now they are on blue side here, which should help them. A lot blue side has been kind of OP, but at the same time, draft wasn't the issue. That first game was messy, it was fun, it was a back and forth, and I think sometimes those games hurt the most because you can't even go and like, well, that was lost in draft. It happens. That game remained competitive up until the point where that Baron was taken. Things kind of snowballed from there. The Otacon fight obviously also gonna kind of haunt them. As now we have Varus also still open. I have to double check because it's Fearless, but it is still available. I prior pick there. We could go towards
Ashe.
Yeah, Ashe or Varus can pick here, whatever you prefer.
Or just, you know, slam the Camille and Sejuani.
Camille Sejuani.
Now,
So
I mean,
so now you pick Nidalee.
yeah, I mean, the Jace doesn't have to go top. So that's one thing if you're slamming the Camille this early.
Okay. So we are opting in heavily. Now, this is not a melee character. This is one of the champions that, much like Zeka, Closer does have a... I'm not a... Oh my god.
Okay. I mean, you have Camille, right?
Well, you're also playing into triple auto attackers. Like, Shen value is already... And they haven't even picked an AD carry yet.
Yeah. Galio's already banned, so they don't get the, like, Omega crazy comp, but you still can pick stuff that works.
Yeah, but, like, look at this. You have Sejuani with 2 melees. You have an incredible amount of CC. You have really good side lane coverage for your Camille later in the game, so she can split push with Reckless. And then you have Shen into Jace. Like Zinzao in particular. The champ doesn't function if he can't auto.
It's true.
Whew. Okay, well...
he didn't give them a chance to ban it this time.
No.
I like that third pick Shen.
And they get to ban away some of the picks you don't want to play it into. Xayah makes sense. Because the utility of her Blade Caller isn't relying on her actually hitting you. You can still get tagged by that, and also has a good amount of self-peel. The Zig's also taken away.
Why are you laughing, Fisher? Because of the way?
Fine. I don't love it. It's the same issue that I have with Victor, where it's just like, it's okay. Now, what if it's Gyu? It's not, because it's Gyu, but like, imagine if they just pull a fast one on all of us. I don't think that's it. And then they just lock Silas, and we're just left here wondering what it all means. That's AD Corki, which is a little better. A lot of self-peel as well with the Valkyrie, which I guess is good.
Yeah. I mean, he played Ezreal in Game 1. Corki's like the next best thing in terms of that. So, I mean, we'll see if he can get away from Camille.
Well, yeah, Alistar is already banned. Also, you're playing into Shen, so I don't know why I mentioned Viali.
Because it's River Shen. They have yet to pick their support.
Oh, yeah. No. It's Camille support, top Sejuani, River Shen.
Obviously.
Oh, God. Okay, so we need to pick for Gyu here. Will it be... Varus is still open. Caitlyn Shen.
Yeah. You know, you taunt, you drop a trap.
That is, yeah.
There you go.
Combo does work. There you go, Dad.
Yeah,
I'm kind of thinking about how it all comes together. So you, as much as I love both the color coordination and like the wild nature of the Nongshim comp, like looking at your lanes. So mid lane will be fine. Top lane, I think, will be really, like, it should be. But if you ever lose your flash, you are cooked.
Yeah.
Like again, it's
but at least your way.
It's the Victor issue.
Yeah.
You outrange Azir. You should be able to trade well into him. But if you ever misplay, you just get swept up and like with Victor,
just don't misplay.
He has his W, and then for Gio, it's like, for Fisher, it's just like, just hit your fear. But realistically, is that always going to happen? We don't know.
They're here from Hong Kong, cheering for Bro, as you can probably
That is
tell.
actually, that's accurate, Kingham. That's
What happened to his hands? Are those muscles on the hands too? Like,
bro, he's playing video games today. Of course his hands have muscles.
They looked quite sizable, yeah. Yeah,
how else do you
Chen.
lift your mouse?
There you go. Very heavy mouse. Here we go. Game number 2 starts now. When do you think that Dr. Shen skin came out?
I don't know, like 2014, 13.
I think it's earlier than that.
No, what I'm thinking about as...
You're not thinking about the skin?
No, I'm thinking, because we were talking about the heavy mouse, right? Like, imagine an esports anime. I know you're not generally the anime guy.
You mean like Rock Lee, where he's got like the...
Yeah, he's got like, it's you know, it's one of those things that is adjacent enough to actual esports that it's fun to watch, but it's also nonsensical enough to be entertaining. And there's just a player that's just like always playing with a weighted mouse, and then he's like, okay, I'm playing in a real match now, and he takes off the weights and his mouse just starts going, which doesn't actually do anything.
Doesn't make sense, yeah.
No, it doesn't.
But your
actually
APM
help
goes
you.
up.
Yeah, which we all know. You of all people know how important APM is as a...
I feel like it might be better in this case to make it like a really heavy keyboard, you know? Like it's really hard to press the keys.
Oh, yeah.
Kingan's... Oh, Palu. I mean, it's a lane swap. Like,
yeah, they definitely could have chunked him out good, though.
Yeah.
And they secured so much vision. That's quite unfortunate. I do think that the goal... Because, like, again... Kingan is going to have a really tough time really getting anything out of this. He's like, oh, let me walk to the wave. They're not going to. Just let it go. Do have Sejuani towards the top side of the map. Humbug will be pathing top, but I think at least on this first... Depends on how slow they're looking to crash this wave. Because Gideon could cover. Oh, look at that. We already have Morgan moving his way up as well. We've seen this already where you don't actually... So you get level 2 off of the mid wave, and then instead of having your jungler rotate up, you just dive the level 1 opponent with your top laner that's soaked XP mid, and actually is level 2. But the timing doesn't seem perfect here. And Humbug is level 2. I think Lahen's hard.
It's just going to kill him! He's just going to kill him in the jungle! As River Shen just finds the jungler, ignites him, and kills him. Just like that. Lahen's first blood. And now they might be able to trade it here onto Kingan, who just waits and tries to hook shot away, looking to try to trade, gets a shield, and the dive doesn't quite work out yet, but they're waiting for the reset.
He's level 2.
He is level 2, and he's feeding off of the potion here. He's going to flash away, and Hype, no! Oh, he lives! Hype is alive. He's totally fine, but more importantly, so is Kingan. Third time's the charm.
Surely now he dies.
Surely he dies. Okay, he dies, but so does Palu, but it's an execution.
Oh, I could see Lahen's giggle. You can't giggle there, Lahen's. But this is absolutely monumental for Nongxian. Actually, I don't know if it was Yundo or Jisun or whoever showed us. 2011 is Dr. Shen.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. It was definitely earlier.
That's season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. So...
Back in my day. It's 14 years ago.
That's a long time, Valdez.
Yeah.
To summarize, Lahen's found a solo bolo, and I do think that, like, when we say that the Shen into Zinzao matchup is good, this isn't what we mean. I just want to be very clear about that.
Lahen took it literally.
Yeah. It's so interesting because Humbug is on the weak side of the map, but most supports just never would. Right? Like, who realistically would just be like, I'm just going to walk in and check you on Crux. Also, look at where he comes from.
I think he just says his name? I'm not sure. Oh, it's me. Ah, okay.
So take another look here. So first he has his E-prep to get away from the stun. Then he gets the heal here with the W. Obviously also was able to use the shield to stay alive. Flashes the crash down.
야모띠. 너무 재밌어. 너무 재밌어.
It's very fun.
I'm kind of wondering, like, if he doesn't... I don't think it really changes anything. Try to get the execute. If he gets the W off there on Rel, that would have been enough.
Yeah.
It's still fine, right? Like, he knows his team is winning on the opposite end of the map. He's still got a good amount of XP, which is the most important thing, because it's not like you pick Camille for the early laning matchup. And you still have a Sejuani. So Kingen not going to be too bothered. Is a very fat Jace right now here for Morgan. So that might be something that they're able to use.
At least comparatively.
Yeah, well, it's still a lane swap scenario, so yeah.
Yeah. So he's not gonna be taking over the game, but he's definitely in a much better spot than the Camille right now. As Gideon getting on in there, there's a stun, the flash forward with the old Fisher, lining it up, and they'll take him down. And even the kill is going to be given over to Fisher. Gideon
he doesn't have flash, so...
Yeah. Fisher, though, I mean, he grabs the root, and now over the wall they come, and yeah, he's dead. But it looked like maybe he was going to get... That's such a Lehens
Did
maneuver.
Lehens just... Yeah, he just dubstep ignited, just walks up,
yeah,
ignites.
keeping him around.
His hype is cleanse and flash. I don't think he should die.
Might be able to get something. I mean, Lehens might just be able to kill him by himself. If he doesn't flash, absolutely, and cleanse. He didn't even need you.
No, Gio is laning for Lehens. Come on now, his job is to
It's
push.
true, yeah,
is to push waves so
That's
that
why he
Lehens
picks-
can make plays.
That's why he picked Caitlyn.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
You're just autoing the turn. It actually is River Shen.
He took them all.
Oh, being Hambach in this game is such a nightmare. Because...
He's level 4 to level 6.
Yeah, after that... Well, you're also Zinzao. Good luck getting value. As
Remember
here,
at the top of the day where you were like, I really don't like Xin Zhao
yeah, really
nowadays.
don't. Well, okay, but this isn't the Jinzao. Like, I think Zinzao is one of those champs where mispositions are punished so much. Because, like, you can't get up. You can only go in ever. And there, yes, Paulo is here to ensure they get the kill on Fisher, but obviously they lose, what, like 2 full waves? Hype was already behind because he was sharing XP in top.
Ooh.
As a Kingen comes from 3 screens away and just promptly gets swept away from closer. You can still get a bit of value for Hambach, right? You can still get the knock up, you can still create space with your ultimate, but Zinzao, one of his biggest strengths, I think, is particularly in longer fights, he actually is, in early skirmishes, a really big threat. Can get a lot of orders up, a lot of sustain, a lot of beefiness. A lot of that won't really be as applicable this time around.
Yeah, he's just kind of, he's going to exist. He might be able to frontline a little bit. You know, he still has his ult. You don't really need items to survive that, but you're dealing with Shen, you're dealing with Camille, you're dealing with even Sejuani, who can get inside that ult and make your life even more miserable.
Sejuani also is one of those champions where it does feel like if you can get a lead early, and particularly with the new Heartsteel build, like you do good amount of damage. There's a reason why she was able to be a top laner for, what was it, like season... When did Nuguri came back for a little bit and he just played like Ignite? Was season 11? Was it 2021 or 2022?
It was 2 years ago.
I think 2022 then. I don't think it was...
I thought it was 23.
Was it? Maybe. Wasn't 23 was the Kana year? Because 2022 was the Hoya year. Wasn't it Hoya, Birdle?
Yeah,
and then,
I think you're right. That could have been 21 though.
No, because 21 was Khan.
Oh, that's right.
When they lost both international tournaments by 1 game.
I didn't purposely
mention
that just to...
Yeah, that's okay. Why would you bring that up, Veldis? God.
I just find more unique and creative ways to bring that up and remind you.
Point being, Sejuani does do a good amount of damage. You have both Shen and Camille to play off of as well. And if you Zinzao that's behind into a champ like Sejuani that can just keep looking to fight you, I think you're going to have a tough time. So Hambach, good luck.
He's got a tunneler.
Yeah.
Against double giant spell. Yeah, he's...
Well, tunneler is a really strong component, but I do think that he is kind of cooked, unfortunately. And Lance is 6 now as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna be getting some great team fights here from Brion, because otherwise things are looking dire. Closer is fed, so that's something. That's about where the good news ends, though.
I just feel like Nongshim are...
They're just clean.
They're just playing really well, you know? I think that Bro, obviously, some mistakes here and there. Like, game 1 was a bit of both, right, to both sides. Yeah, you can't just step on a trap either, okay? Hype has been a little bit rough this series.
What did Hype mean by this?
What was the message he was trying to send?
It's always important when looking at art is trying to ascertain what the artist meant.
Yeah. Or at least,
we know?
Give your own meaning to the message that he sent, right? And kind of like bond with it, right?
So
I don't think I can. Though,
you think that's the commentary though? Like, it doesn't make. Why doesn't it make sense? Because why do we need it to make sense? It
leads us to think about why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is he even in the game? You know.
These are questions that we gotta ask ourselves. Well, this as a Yunta arrow is now done.
You know, I really loved Hype and Hype and Wei, the player, but apart they're just not the same.
Well,
I mean, Hype's had his moments.
This skirmish has got to work out.
We're trying to get in onto the Shen, but Hambak doesn't really do much. Okay, nice flash on in. Closer, gonna get it done. As Fisher gonna throw his ult in. They look for the trade, and Fisher, he's still alive towards the end. Eventually, he does go down. Gideon might just be unkillable. So they just say, okay, abandon that plan. We're not killing the Sejuani.
I think his heart still. I think I heard a heart still proc there.
He must have it by now.
Can they? Yeah, they should get this. Yeah, there you go. For a stack in the pocket. The fact that it takes so long for Fisher to die there is... it's not good news, necessarily.
Hype's not having a fun time in this lane. I mean, the thing about the Corki as well is it has an escape, but it's got lower range than the Caitlyn, and it can just be ulted off cooldown. It can't really trade back, so...
But it's also 4 out, Geo. It does have a sums. Might have to use one of them.
Gonna try to go for the net and maybe stop there. Gets the cleanse and Palu with the fadeaway.
I mean, yeah, but I think Geo is still gonna be very happy about that. Not having to invest his sums.
Sure.
Now, this is all a run-off effect of what happened towards the top end, right? And the fact that Hambak has fallen so behind. It's necessitated Palu to go for these plays, which means that he had to lane 1v2 against Lahens, which just sounds like the worst kind of scenarios we see here. Hambak still gets a good amount of value with his ultimate. It's Closure that sets up the play, is able to both force some sums while still getting the kill into Fisher. But it takes a while. They only end up getting, what, 1 of the grubs? So you deny, at least for now, the Sandals that I think are probably still going to go towards Bro or towards Nongshim. But you still have to deal with the debuff when playing into Camille, which is not the best of times.
Yeah, Morgan in the side lane against King, and remember, he started off in a better spot. He's still ahead 300 gold, but
yeah,
it's still Camille.
It's as you said, like, yes, he's ahead. He is sitting on Phage and a pickaxe.
Yeah.
Now look at Gio's eye.
That's the thing. The farm discrepancy, you'd love to have it on the people who are actually able to play the game. And as we know, top laners don't actually play League of Legends. They just play...
Lane Swap Simulator 2025.
They play bullet hell games, you know? They just try to dodge everything.
King actually did a great job on that earlier.
Yeah. It's not League of Legends, though. I don't know what it is.
No, you know, and top laners normally have it so great in League of Legends. Yeah. Notoriously fun role that everyone enjoys playing.
Yeah. Sit there, get ganked 4 times.
Yeah, or play against the Darius, and you know, you're doing great. You're not giving him any of the early kills, and then your jungler walks into your lane and just gives him a freebie, and then your mid laner tries to kill him because he's so low.
You try to trade in draft with your support for pick order, but it's Aux, so he won't trade with you, and he says support counter pick is more important. Yeah.
And then you're playing, you know, a tank into like a Vayne top. And you know that if your jungler would show up at some point, it'd be so free, but they never do.
They never do. Can't relate. I don't play top. Yeah.
I've done every now and then.
Yeah.
I mean, I played top and jungle. Neither roles are known for, you know, having a great time.
I played a bunch of jungle at Mid was definitely more fun in that aspect.
Well, you're
Gideon is a raid boss.
yeah, he's not taking any damage, as we have the really good call from Brian to ensure banana brush control. Look at how long. Okay, well, do need to make sure he doesn't.
Double control ward.
Guys, we can't just let him. Guys, he's too scary.
Okay, but they put a third one in there. Surely the third one works.
No, Lahens is going to clear that one. I think they do need this dragon. I think they have the right idea. Fisher also doesn't have TP, whereas Closer does. So theoretically, they could get a man advantage. But
I think Gideon can just kind of walk in. Lahens, though, different question as the ult comes in, trying to peel as Palu gets low, has to flash out of there. Lahens also just going to burn down. And the Shen is gone without using his ult. Didn't have flash. Lahens gets caught, and that will be the dragon over to Bro.
yeah, Lahens a little bit too close to the sun there. Felt safe, was not. Because Gideon is a raid bus, but Lahens is
a raid bus. I love that. Here comes Gideon again. And he's got Shen. You know, the respawns come in. And now Kingen coming in. They're just bullying him now. Hambak dies for the third time. And the dragon actually goes to Nongshim. I stand corrected.
You can see as well that Brian just weren't... Like, if Morgan is on that play, like, they can't do that. And I'm not faulting Morgan here specifically. This is a very consistent thing I think we've seen with Brian, where they just don't seem to be all on the same page. Because if you actually have all the members there, I'm pretty sure Hype also and Apollo also went away earlier than they needed to. You needed that dragon. I think you need, and even though this doesn't end up mattering that much because it's Chemtech, so who cares? Giving over another kill is quite rough, right? Hambak dying again, putting him even further behind, not allowing him to farm. He's almost 50 CS behind to Sejuani. As we take a look, it also devalues the work that you did for this play as another engage.
Yeah, it's Camille Sejuani. Guess what? It's stacked up, and Palu is in a lot of trouble, and maybe Morgan too. As Lahens, he's just trying to get Morgan, actually. Not going to hit him. As Morgan jumps over the stun,
That's well done.
The taunt.
Yeah, jumped over the wall there a little bit
Yeah.
as well. Actually using Lahens to taxi out. Could have been worse.
Pretty cool. You know who's having the most fun in this game is Jiwoo. He has not really interacted with anyone at all.
I thought you were going to say Gideon. I feel like Gideon.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure. Well,
we all know it's Lahens, the actual answer. Because that's just, he's playing Shen.
Well, it's Fisher's turn to play Bullet Hell. The ult is going to land here on a Hambak, but the fear will not. Hambak is just turret diving and dying. Closer as well. That's a big shot. And he is going to take a bunch of damage, but at least they get the kill. And Gideon is just hanging out in between the turrets. They zone away Hype, who unfortunately can't do anything in this game. The opposite experience of Jiwoo.
Fellas, I do not think that Degon is going to have to dye his hair green.
There's still a chance, okay? Closer's getting the turret.
What a story will be from
this
point on.
Some people in the chat.
Hey,
remember Leo?
Kingen was in much more unlikely scenarios and won worlds.
Do you remember Leo, though, the guy that paid the tax at the most important time? The bro tax.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Leo, the player, and I'm like, I remember Freaka Leo.
Yeah, I remember him, too. Yeah, he was all right.
He was fine, yeah.
Yeah.
He was there for a couple of games when, was it Root wasn't playing? That did happen.
Yeah, I think so.
Closer, meanwhile, is trying his best to keep everyone in the game. He did get another kill. Does not have his Riftmaker done.
Yeah, it's kind of just the Closer experience. This happened in game 1, too, where he was getting kills quietly, not dying. He was 2-0-10. You remember that on the Ahri in game 1?
I do.
And then eventually, I mean, it just all came crashing down.
So who do you think is happier, is having more fun? An AD carry that just gets to farm endless waves and
he has done nothing else, by the way.
No, I know. He doesn't need to. He's playing for Lahens.
Uh-oh.
A Sejuani.
Speaking of which, here's Lahens, and we've got 3 people diving the turret, and guess what? It's Gideon who's tanking the turret this time. He doesn't die to turrets ever. And that's a free kill. They take down Morgan. Hambach, well, he's going to get the Rift Herald.
So an AD carry that just gets the PvE, and there is no dive threat to them at all. The support playing their pocket counter pick, or a tank that is so accelerated that you're a raid boss and you can basically just do whatever.
I think, it goes back to that arc conversation we were having. It really depends on how you interpret the situations, how it affects you on a deeper level. For me, I think the tank, that would be like my
So it can do
go-to.
stuff like this.
It'd just be like, I just get to do whatever I want. I'm diving
Look,
you.
this is an empowered and way stronger turret, by the way.
Yeah. Well, it helps in the early games, but not against level 12 Sejuani.
Yeah, with Aftershock and Frost Armor and...
Yeah. Fortunately, it doesn't do much there.
Oh, this
Closer
game is so cooked, Valdez.
Closer is the one guy who actually can maybe deal damage to Gideon. He's got a lot of levels. He has Leandri's. There is a chance.
He's just got to channel his inner BDD.
For all you bro leavers out there.
It's Closer or bust.
Yeah.
With that play, like even Morgan, which was one of the few... I know Morgan wasn't objectively in the game that strong because of the lane swap, but he was ahead of King and inside. And like that's never a matchup that's going to remain good. But because of the dive, Kingen now has his core items. He has Starix and Triforce, so he's just going to absolutely pummel everyone in longer trades.
Lahens is laning against Morgan.
Lahens is just solo laning. He's like... he's only 2 levels behind Hambach.
He's got a farm, okay?
He probably... Oh, okay, at this point, he shouldn't beat him anymore.
Oh, he didn't get the last hit.
That's fine. He's a support. He doesn't need to know how to last hit.
He's busy shot calling.
Gio has been investing very well, so now he's also sitting on IE. Yunta fully stacked. He's going to be hitting whoever is put in front of him, which so far is no one.
Hey, he really hasn't had an opportunity to do much of that.
Well,
and as much as he's chovying, Closer is actually chovying even more.
I'm going to try my best. Okay, I don't want this to be how the bro run ends.
Okay.
I can't believe we're going to get a 4-0 day today.
Oh my God!
I can't believe
Wait,
it's happening.
Chronicler's bringing out his strongest curse.
I can't believe that we are on the precipice of our Kespa Cup champion being knocked out.
This is your strongest curse.
I'm trying my best,
you
man. I'm not done with this series. Come on, Brion, you can do it. Do it for Degon. Do it for the chat.
Right after you said it, they just started Otacon.
Oh, they're trying to set up a trap, but they're not taking the bait.
They're not taking the bait. No,
they got Palu. Oh, Palu. Palu from the top dome. No!
They only get the flash. Oh, it's so sad. Wait, did he? Yeah, he did. He flashed.
No!
Well, it was a nice try, Chronicler. I really, yeah. There's Degon.
He knows.
His hopes are D down the drain.
Wouldn't you just say dashed gone?
No, I wouldn't say that. But you could say that if you want.
Oh. Well, this is so tragic. I actually think the bait was quite good, right? You started up, and like, I don't know if Nongshim were just like, yeah, they're not actually doing it, or like, there's 3 options. Either they thought that they were doing it and just responded but slowly. They didn't know they were doing it at all and just kind of happened to walk upon it. Or they actually read the play and were like, someone's being trapped, and because maybe they caught Paulo on a ward or something, I don't know. And again, we will never know the answer unless they release comms.
Yeah, which they won't.
Well, you know, they have mic check.
They do.
Feel like
generally
this
not
would be...
for in-game moments.
No.
Well, actually, sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
They will definitely have it for you, Cal.
I mean, we need to see the uncut, you know, the director's cut version.
We could definitely not kill Gideon, so this is a good call.
Full comms included, all the way up till the end.
Okay, so you know how the only guy that can kill him already was
Azir?
Closer? It's like even more so now. Look at his items, Valdez.
Yeah. No, I mean, he could probably dive that turret.
Proc.
Yeah. If he wanted to, he could have. I mean, there's not really a good reason to, but if he wanted to, he could have. I mean, he's kind of technically doing it. Look at him! They're all running away. They see him and he's just standing there.
Menacingly!
He's just staring them down. And now King and, okay, Closer TP's top. And
They're gonna start. They have to start Otacon. No, no, we're
like
not. Why?
So Morgan.
Oh no! And then
Morgan doesn't have TP
back.
either. Morgan doesn't have it either, so he has to catch the wave bot, where Kingen has TP, by the way.
They have to start it. Like, they don't have a choice. They're gonna lose to Camille
okay,
otherwise.
good luck with that.
Well, it obviously isn't gonna work, but they need to do something, Valdez!
Come on, bros! One time for the Giga Chat army. Kingen's just hit the
They're
turret.
not buying it!
I mean, it takes forever, you know? You can't just do Otacon. That's not the way it works.
Closer, you need to hit it!
I just got here. He was stuck in traffic.
Oh, the init's gone! Yeah, flip the game. Flip it. Do it. Wait,
Flip the game.
Flip
that. Wait, where did Palu go? Okay, we're just flipping it. There you go. He got it. No! No, Sam! Degon's gone! Rest in pieces. Flash into Hybe's. Yeah, that's the most impact he's had all game. Kingen comes in. He's got a Shen on his back. And the game is over, Chronicler. It's over, Degon. They can get some withdrawals here. They might not end the game right now, but it's still over. All right, some kills, some 200 golds are going to be given over to the side of Bro. But we all know where we're at.
But what? No, I got nothing.
I think you gotta try harder on your curses.
They need. Well, curses aren't real. So as we have found out right here, it was what 11.95. I'm pretty sure, just straight up 50-50. Humbug though, having been in that position, like because he was already solo initially, really had to back off. Paulo getting one tap there is a great example of why it's so dangerous to try and do Otacon. In this case, though, I think it was the right call. What else are you gonna do? Watch Kingen take your entire base, which he still did. Unfortunately, didn't even get Otacon. Maybe Nongshim throw at Baron?
Imagine if Bro got Otacon, by the way.
Now then they could have fought their way back into the game for sure. Yeah.
No, no, they couldn't have.
Yeah, they could have.
No, they get the Otacon and then they just all die.
Not all.
Well, like 3 or 4 people die.
Paulo was already dead. Okay, so he would still get the buff.
True, yeah.
He would still get it, Valdez. He would. I don't know why, by the way. That's still, I don't get that. Why that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't know why that is either. Jiu, okay, closer.
Please.
It's his moment to shine. Oh, he's just getting ulted and feared. Oh, God, look at the damage. Humbug is already dead. The wallets are huge. Kingen is taking a lot, though. They're going to trade it back, but I just don't think it matters. The wallets here are just too big to handle. Pipe is trying his damnedest, but it's not going to work. They're going to take them all down. Palu, the last one left, just going to get ulted for good measure. Why not? Stop the back. He's not going to do anything anyway. And they have Baron.
Lahans still has his buff as well, as does Gio, as does Gideon. And I think that unfortunately for the Bros, they didn't really feel like winning today. That's going to be the only reason.
They've looked so good recently.
I know. Humbug having an absolute clanker as well.
Oh no! Humbug
doesn't kill Fisher.
Just no, stop bullying him.
Oh no, look at Hyde.
Yeah, it's pretty over for them. But Nongshim, 2-0. And very clean, very impressive. Yes, Bro didn't exactly show up today. Let's give a little respect over to the side of Nongshim. They had a great day. They shut it down. They had great drafts. Their gameplay was absolutely on key today. I just hope
it's why we're meaning so much, right? Because when it comes down to it, this was a relatively quick 2-0. I know the first match was a lot more back and forth, but I think in this one we knew very early on what Nongshim was about to do. As I actually had a tough time trying to think who.
Yeah, you spend a little time thinking about your PLM.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. See, you can see the muscles are real, even in the hands. Poor Morgan, Lord Morgan. We won't see him until April. This is elimination from the Cup, the LCK Cup. Fisher says, yeah. Shout out to Nongshim. Nongshim Red Force. There you go. And I think, you know, Nongshim, they played up against T1 in the group stage, I'm pretty sure. And kind of went down pretty one-sidedly, but they've always been a team that have always kind of made it interesting against T1. So I'm curious about how that matchup is going to go. And that sign said, if Nongshim wins, I will change the type of ramen that I eat at home to Nongshim ramen. Not a bad choice. And there you go. Fisher puts back on the jacket. Had a pretty good game of Hwei too. I feel like he had some nice moments. Definitely didn't look anything like the Victor game that he had earlier on in the season in the group stage. As Lehens, yes, you are seeing this right. He got a kill at level 2 as support Shen in the enemy jungle. And then Kingen avoided 8 million dives, actually 3, and then he eventually died. But it was cool, and Nongshim got ahead, and were able to secure the victory.
And Nongshim, definitely a bit on the messy side, but I actually think that this is one of those things. With DRX, we got that feeling as well, where it also makes sense. You know, they're still figuring out their style, figuring out their team cohesion. Both of these two teams have definitely kind of been thrown together of varying different parts that either have played together a little bit. In case of, you know, Fisher obviously has played with some of his teammates already. Gideon also coming in for Sylvie, and I think actually having a wonderful time thus far. I have no idea who's going to pick up POM. I went with Kingen because I thought his bullet hell was, and I think his Abessa was actually really good.
Yeah.
But it might be Gideon. I think Gideon, particularly his game number 2, was obviously exceptional. Can he even go Lehens? I think Lehens wouldn't shock me at all either.
Even with his 1-in-7 Nautilus performance?
Well, that would be a good reason not to, but he also, you know, still hit the hooks when he really needed to. Was it the cleanest game? No.
I think I'd probably choose Gideon.
I think Gideon's going to get it.
But
fine.
It's difficult.
I'm happy with my game.
It's difficult.
You know,
like Gio had a good game 1, his game 2, he just kind of sat there and put a line of traps. That was his job.
Yeah, Gio to me was great this series. He just didn't really do that much. Right, game 1 was a bit more flashy, but man, I feel for Closer though. That's rough. Unfortunately, just too much power on the enemy team. Gideon doing so much calling. Yeah,
for hitting the Azir. Who's basically just him.
Yeah.
Talking about how Lehens carried and how he was great on the Shen. Not too surprising.
Yeah, it might be one of those situations where, because we obviously, as you say, we don't get enough comms, but it would make sense given Lehens' reputation. He does the map movement, and then Gideon does the fights, and in that, looked like it worked out nicely for them. And Nongshim, leaving no question about who the better seed is between these two. Game number 1 was a little up and down, but very convincing game number 2. And the 2-0 secured here.
And there you go. Kingen actually going to pick it up. His game 1 was excellent. His game 2 pressure gets him the shout. And I am curious about the votes. Was it Chronicler who pushed it over the line?
It might be. Could very well be classic, you know, there's a split between the two. Maybe Jonas, I could see Jonas Strong vote for Lehens. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I could see him do it.
I think it's fair.
He would.
As you said, his Nautilus was, there were times where he was literally running in a straight line at the enemies and
but he did.
Dying for no reason.
Getting the a little spoiler there. But you gotta keep watching if you want to know what the votes were.
Well, guys, it's been a fun day. It was shorter than I think we would have hoped for, but we do have an interview now with Kingen. Let's throw it over to Deer.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Deer for the POM interview translation, joined by Kingen on the side of Nongshim Red Force. Congratulations. Thank you.
킹겐 선수 일단 승리 소감 먼저 좀 들어볼까요?
Kingen, how do you feel?
중요한 경기가 이어지는
No, right away tomorrow we will have to go ahead and play another important match. And we really wanted to make sure that we do a really good job today. And I think we got today's victory by playing out the way we wanted to. So I'm very delighted. Given that today you were on the verge of eliminations if you lost, there must have been a lot of pressure.
사실 여기서 저희가 좀
Yeah.
안 좋은 경기력으로 패배를 하게 된다면
I think
저희가 많이
in the end is
좀더
it really mattered.
바라보고 있는 시점에서
Today's match mattered a lot, but
부담감은 없었던 것 같아요.
I think in the end we really wanted to make sure that we can show ourselves and show up today instead of not being able to play the way we usually do. So that was really pretty much my goal. And in game 2, you got tower dove top by 3 people, but you looked like you were enjoying yourself. So how do you find these extreme moments fun?
제가 이제 다이브 받고 있는데
Yeah, so
성원 재밌어요?
Lehans was saying,
뭐
hey,
재미없다고
you having fun?
재밌네. 재밌어.
And when someone asks you that, I can't say, no, I'm not having fun. So I just really tried to have fun in that moment.
확실히 좀 즐거운 좀 경기를 가볍게 하는 건 아니지만 그래도 게임하면서 좀
Enjoying the game, it doesn't mean that I'm taking the match lightly, but I want to make sure that everyone is in good spirits and lighthearted when they do play so that we can also bring a good result. Yeah, Kingen, your form lately has been insane. And some say that you found your peak once again. So, do you agree with that?
아직 좀 제 스스로가 그런 말을 하기에는 아직 중요한
You know, for myself to say something like that, there are so many important matches left ahead of us. So,
나올 것 같고
whether that is true or false, I don't think I can say much about that.
경기에서 좀 보여드려야 되지 않을까 생각하고
And in regards to having good form, I think there's so much more to prove myself in the future.
좋습니다. 기대해 보도록 하겠습니다. 저희가 오늘
So we'll look forward to that then.
관객석에 또 가족분들이 와 계신 것 같더라고요.
Actually, we noticed that your family is here at Low Park today. They came all the way from Daegu.
부모님이신 것 같습니다. 맞나요?
It looks like it's your parents over there. Is that right?
완전 날씨가 엄청 추웠는데 저희 어머니가 좀 꽁꽁
Yeah, it was so cold and
기분 좋고
they're dressed up
오늘 또 부모님 오셨다고 POM 준 것
for the
같아서
weather.
감사드립니다.
네, 부모님
And yeah, we had a great day to receive POM. I think I was able to receive POM thanks to them. Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
부모님이 이제 내일 경기까지 바로 또 보러 오시거든요. 바로.
My parents will be here to watch tomorrow's match as well. And I really want to show them a good performance, and I'll try my best.
내일 바로 T1과의 플레이오프 2라운드 경기를
so
펼치게 됩니다. 어떤
For
각오로
play-in
임할 예정인지
round 2, you will face T1 tomorrow. What is your resolution?
우선 T1과의 경기도 경기지만 좀 팬분들이
First of all, yeah, we're going to play against T1. But for the fans, I want to really give them and provide a really enjoyable match to watch.
팬분들이 보시기에 되게 만족스러울 만한 경기력.
And it's an important play-ins match.
준비는 이제 하루 남아서 못
I want to make sure that we entertain our fans as much as we can.
컨디션 관리 잘해서 좋은 경기 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
And we'll make sure that we take care of ourselves and be in a great condition for tomorrow's match. And that's the end of the interview with Kingen and Back to the Space. Thank you.